Hey, it's Kevin Toff with JK on the Run, and I am back to work after a year-end vacation. Had a blast, was offline for most of the time, and I just recharged my batteries for this coming week, which, as we all know, is the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas. So normally I would put a post out there saying what gear I'm taking. I thought this year I would basically show it to you because I have, well, it's just better to see, quite honestly. First up, a lot of people ask, what bag do I take? And to be honest, every year I end up taking one of the press bags that we were given at CES. And this is one from 2008. You can tell because it's got HD DVD on it. That was a stinker. Basically, it's a padded bag. This is actually even part of a two-piece bag. There's a zipper all around here and it zips onto a backpack. I don't bring the backpack. This is more of the tear-off messenger bag style piece, and what I do is I throw my computer in there and basically all of my electronics, everything I need to get my work done at CES comes on the plane with me. Now that could be a challenge this year based on some recent events. If anybody from TSA is watching, there's nothing explosive in my underwear. I'm probably going to want to rephrase that later. Anyway, I carry everything because if I check things and it doesn't get there, then I have a major issue and I can't do my job. So everything I need goes in this bag. It's not a heavy bag, it's not a big bag. It is padded, there's some padding in here, in the sleeves, and it's got two pockets here, one here, and one here. It works for me. I know a lot of people spend some good money on bags. Quite honestly, the press and bloggers get this every year from CES. Hopefully this year is no exception. So that's the bag that I use. Nothing fancy, but it does the job. I'm literally going to pack the bag right here for you so you can see what I'm taking. I've got my MacBook, my 13-inch MacBook. This is the unibody that came out before the MacBook Pro in the size, so I've had this for about 14 months now. It is a workhorse for me, and there's a couple reasons I'm bringing this as opposed to, oh, say, this netbook, for example. For starters, the netbook, while it's great, I love it, the battery lasts for 8 hours. I only have one battery, and battery life at CES while you're on the go is extremely important. You never know when you're going to find an outlet, so you can't count on finding one. I've learned that in the past the hard way, and I've just decided at this point I've got to take the MacBook because I have the 5-hour battery. Yes, that's less than 8, but I also have somewhere over here, here we go, a second battery. So I'm good for 10 hours without a plug. I won't carry the outlet, the AC adapter rather, with me while I'm on the floor at CES. I will charge things overnight each and every night, but I'm good for 10 hours to get my work done. So I take that battery, and this battery is still allowed by TSA as far as I know, right in there in the front. I've got my MacBook, which goes in the padded section right there. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit of weight, but that's okay. I believe this MacBook is about 4.5 pounds. That's 50% more than the netbook, but again, I just can't survive on the one battery there. And the other big aspect here is the type of work that we do. We'll be doing lots of videos and things, and crunching through a video on this is going to take far longer than it will on the more powerful MacBook. So this is going to stay home. This will be the first time in 3 years that I don't take a netbook because I covered the 2007 show with the, 2008 show with the Asus EPC 701. Wow, that's the Wayback Machine there. 7-inch screen, 800 by 480 res. Last year I used the MSI Wind, so this year I'm taking the MacBook. What else will I take? I'm kind of at a dilemma for pictures. I have the camera that I'm using right now, which is my brand new Panasonic 1080p camera. It is very small, fits in the hand. I mean, it's really not that much bigger in terms of footprint than my phone. Obviously, it's thicker, but it has a SD card slot, and it takes fantastic video. Last year, I took my Kodak ZI-6, which also does HD 720p. What I don't like about this right now is that there is no zoom, which obviously I have on this higher end camcorder. There's no zoom. The macro bit is okay. The microphone built in isn't bad for this style, but I think I'm liking what I'm using right now here. in lieu of the Kodak ZI-6. Advantages here, this uses standard AA batteries and also has the little flip-out USB bit right there. So that's an advantage, but I think for my use, this is going to stay home. Other pictures will be taken with the Canon EOS Rebel T1i, and I'm only going to take the prime 50mm lens that I have for this. Basically, the kit lens is 18mm by 55mm. I don't really do too many wide-angle shots, so I don't think I need that. I need to get, you know, tight for a you know, gadget, a computer, a phone, etc. So I think this is going to be the device that I take. And that also adds in another factor here because this takes decent 720p video. I'm on the fence, I still will probably take the camera I'm shooting this video with. I'll use the same SD card for both cameras. And this one will also go in the bag. Let me show you where. It's going to go right in that front pocket there. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of a bulge there, but that's okay. Let me zip this up. So one SD card will work for both cameras. I'm good there. One thing I will take is this handy little tripod, and I mean little. I mean that's all it does. It extends a little bit like that, so I can, you know, stand something up. Either of the two cameras. It has a standard mount right there. It comes in very handy when shooting videos. It breaks down nicely. I can unscrew bits and pieces of it. This I will actually put in my checked bag because I don't need to carry this all the time. And heaven forbid if the checked bags don't get there, I can live without this. It won't be ideal, but I can live without this. So this will go in the checked bag. By the way, this is the Quick Pod before I move along. Quick Pod from GorillaPod. Very handy. Alright. A must is obviously my credentials, which are all in here. Also, there are two events that I'm going to that require a printed out invitation. So I have those in there as well. Again, this goes in the check bag. It goes right in there with the camera. It doesn't really take up much space at all. I can't get by without that, so that's got to go with me. Obviously we've got business cards because you got to hand out those business cards everywhere, so that'll be in my pocket at all times, so with me, although sometimes I throw it in the bag, which I'll do right now so I don't forget. Very important. Can't rely on the Wi-Fi, even though it is very good in both the press and the blogger lounges, so I will be taking my USB 727, which is on Verizon's network. I've noticed that in my hotel that I'm staying at, which is the Mirage, this doesn't seem to work all that well. In fact, most of the hotels that I've been in, I've had 3G problems in general, and I guess that's all with the electronics, the casinos, and so on. There's nothing I can do about that. If I need to work in the hotel and this isn't working, I can do Wi-Fi. It's 15 bucks a day, I believe. But hopefully this will suffice. And really I'm not in the hotel that much anyway, so I'm going to be using this hot and heavy. I won't hit the 5 gig cap because I won't be downloading any videos. We'll be uploading some though, so that'll be interesting. So in any case, this goes in the bag. That's my $60 a month plan with Verizon that I have. And I'm actually out of contract on that, so I'm debating on what to do there. Maybe I'll hang on to that, maybe I'll switch, don't know yet. Two things I'm not taking are these right here. USB drives, they're great to have, but you know what? This one is from Showstoppers last year. This one is from Intel WiMAX. I'll walk home with 5 to 10 of these in my bag on the way home, so I don't need any. Don't need the extra weight. Only taking one phone. It's gonna be my iPhone 3GS. Thought about taking the Palm Pre, but basically the WordPress application on here that we use for blogging, that's a must-have for me. In addition, and this is very important because this will be different for this year, in addition, the client that I'm using for Twitter does support multiple accounts. So I'll be tweeting my own personal stuff, number one, but number two, I plan to take a lot of photos and using Tweety 2, just put those right in the JK on the Run Twitter feed at various places throughout the days. So it's almost like you're there. Get off the plane, snap a shot, and tweet it. You know, probably not picking up my bags or anything like that. That's pretty boring stuff. But anything interesting, anything we see, maybe it's something we see but don't have time to write up or stop right now, bang, there it is. New smartphone, bang, there it is. This is just a great tool for it. I can do that kind of stuff on the Palm Pre. It does take me longer. The apps are not as sophisticated. Foursquare just hit the Palm Pre. Again, it's faster on the iPhone 3GS. So this has to be the tool of choice for me. I'm not suggesting this is a better phone by any means, but it's better for the tasks that I need to do at CES. So this will go with me. In fact, that'll go in my pocket, so I won't put it in the bag. Very important. Probably the most important thing. Advil. Yeah. Well, whatever your medicine of choice is. Walking around 5-6 miles a day, literally that far, carrying stuff, meeting people, banging into people, barely sitting down. You need something, and I found that I need something to get rid of the headache, the shoulder ache, the feet hurting. It's just crazy, absolutely crazy. So that goes in the bag with me as well, because with a headache, I'm useless. So others would argue I'm useless without a headache, but probably be right in some cases. All right, last but not least, on the plane to keep me busy, it's a 5+ hour flight. That's not so bad when compared to the people coming in from Europe, but for me that's a long time to sit still. Plus there's the time at the gate and the time waiting for the bags and all that. So the Kindle 2 goes with me. It's loaded up with books. I use this thing every day anyway, so this also goes in the bag. Will go behind the MacBook in that padded section, and that is it. Let me just zip it all up. This bag will go with me everywhere I go at CES. It does not matter what the venue is. It does not matter. I think the only exception I'm going to make, to be honest, is I'm going to see a Cirque du Soleil show on Saturday night. I won't have the bag with me, okay? Other than that, this goes everywhere. It is kind of bulky, kind of hefty. I would estimate weight-wise, probably looking at 6 pounds, maybe 7. That's actually not too bad when you consider some home netbooks these days, notebooks rather, that are desktop replacements with big honking screens can weigh 5-6 pounds easy. So my entire kit, 6-7 pounds, goes with me everywhere in a messenger bag. It does the trick, you know. Everybody's different at CES. Everybody has different tools that they use, different techniques. This one has served me well since 2005, and I'm looking forward to 2010 in Vegas starting tomorrow. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments of the blog, and if you're going to be at CES, I look forward to seeing you there. Don't forget, if you're not following JK on the Run on Twitter, you're going to want to, because I'm telling you, I'm going to flood it. Flood it. See ya.